Hello and welcome to the Unicorn Clothing video series. Today we're going to take a tour of our shop at the Maryland Renaissance Festival and talk about most of the products we have available. We're always coming out with new designs, so check back often and see what new things we have to show you. Alright, let's get started. This is our men's section. We've got a couple of different outfit combinations for men to pull off a couple of different looks. Let's start over here. These are our peasant shirts. They come from small to triple extra large. I'll pull one out for you to see. It's a basic cotton shirt. It's got elastic on the cuff and a V-neck collar. We have two other shirts. That's sort of our mid-range shirt. Our least expensive shirt is the Darracq Shirt. It's a simple sleeveless tunic style, also cotton. And then our minstrel shirt is our fanciest shirt. It has a ruffled neck and ruffled cuffs. It is the biggest of our shirts. It's a one size fits most. On men, it makes a great pirate shirt or poet shirt. On women, it can be used like a tunic because you can see by its length that just with a pair of leggings and boots, you can pull off a female pirate look really nicely as well. Next, we have pants. We have three styles of pant as well. We have our breeches. We have our breeches, which are a knee-length pant that tie just below the knee with a ribbon. They are sized between medium and extra large, and they have pockets and elastic on the waists. We also have our Peasant Pant, which is a full-length pant. It has elastic on the cuffs and at the waist and pockets. Then we have our Turkish Pant. Our Turkish Pant is a one-size pant. It has a drawstring waist and legs so that the legs can be worn wide or cinched down. These are great for tucking into boots because they can be folded around the calf and there's no elastic bunching at the ankle. To complete the outfit, you're going to want a vest or an overcoat. We have two styles of vests right now. This is our French vest. It also looks great with men and women. It's basically a pirate coat without sleeves. So it has a slight collar and it's got four panels that separate, so when going over skirts they can blouse out and skirts can be tucked in and around them. On men, the pleats are designed to hit just at the waist so you have easy access to your sword and ease of movement. They come in plain as well as fancy jacquards, which have a little bit of a shimmer and a little bit of a print on them. And occasionally we have them in velvet as well. Lastly, we have our doublet, which is a very nice final piece to any men's outfit. It's a fancier short vest. It's got a little peplum and little cap sleeves, and they are reversible, so you have a nice solid color on the inside that you can wear reverse at any time. So those are our men's things. I'll take you in for a closer look at the doublets now. Let's talk a little bit more about doublets. Doublets have four styles that correspond to the women's bodices, and those styles differentiate by level of decoration and also price. So they start with a plain, and by plain we mean we have a basic twill, solid cotton on the outside, and a secondary color on the inside. So they are all still reversible, but the plain is our basic starter level. From there, it moves up to fancy, A fancy doublet has jacquard or brocade or tapestry fabric at the arm cuffs, the peplum, and the collar, but a solid cotton body. Next comes tapestry. Tapestry is the reverse of fancy in that it has a tapestry, brocade, or jacquard body, but plain cotton collar, cuff, and peplum. There we go, and lastly we have velvet. The velvet doublets have a real velvet front. It's a very nice, very upper class. If you're trying to be a king or a nobility in your character, then velvet is definitely the way to go. Let's talk about women's things now. We'll start with shirts and then move on to skirts and bodices and vests. Our first shirt is our Jezebel shirt. You can see we've got a wide color selection available. The Jezebel is an always off-the-shoulder shirt, so the body slides on like a tube top, and then attached arms go on your arm in the top and then in through the bottom. For more information on our shirts, you can check out our video that talks about them in great length. We'll just do a cursory overview today. We're going to come on over to the other section to check out the other styles. This is where we keep the rest of our shirts. We'll start with this one. Our basic Gypsy shirt is a cotton. It has elastic at the neck and at the cuffs. They're about a 3/4 length sleeve and of average length. Next we have our Guinevere. Our Guinevere shirt is a little bit longer. It also has elastic at the neck, and it has elastic at the elbow that flares out to the sleeve. Our Josephine blouse is similar to our Gypsy blouse in that it too has elastic at the neck and at the cuffs. This one has a few extra details in that it has a front slit that ties with a ribbon in the neck, and it also has slits in the sleeves. Our Carmelita is good for those midriff showing gypsies. It has elastic at the waist as well, so that it can be pushed up and worn at the midriff or pulled down and worn at the hips. It has elastic at the sleeves. It's about a half length sleeve, so slightly shorter than the Gypsy shirt, and also elastic at the neck. While we're here, let's talk about a few other accessories that we have. For those colder days, we have 3 varieties of fleece outerwear. We have our short capelet. It's a half cape with a small hood. We have our star cape, which is a more full-length cape that has 5 points. It tends to hit at the knee, thigh to knee, depending on how tall you are. It's a little past the knee on me. And it also has a hood. And lastly, we have our star coat, which is similar to the star cape in shape, but rather than having a hood, it has a nice wide collar, and it has sleeves. So if you want the comfort of a coat, but you just like the mobility, if you want the comfort of a cape, but you like the mobility of a coat, this is the option for you. Moving on, we can talk about skirts. These 2 racks make up our overskirt island. We have overskirts in a wide variety of fabrics for different textures, weights, and colors. We'll start with this style. This is our crystalline. You can see it's a nice fluffy skirt and a little bit translucent, so it's great for layering. Works well for pixies and princesses. Next, they come in lace. Lace traditionally would have been a very expensive item for a woman to wear because it was all made by hand. Nowadays it's a little more accessible for every person, so we have them in a variety of colors. Around the corner on the other side, let me just grab a few more fabrics. I told you we had a lot. This is a chiffon. It's similar to the crystalline because it is also translucent, but as you can see it has a little softer drape to it. It's not as stiff and fluffy as the crystalline is. This is our cotton, similar to the shirts. It's a cotton gauze. It's soft and lightweight. It's breathable and comfortable and comes in a variety of colors. And this is a fancier skirt. We actually call our fancy skirts, and it's fancy because we have sewn an extra decorative ribbon and lace trim to the bottom hem. That layers really nicely with matching gypsy skirts that also have a similar lace trim and can add an extra splash of color without adding an extra skirt. Let's move around the corner and I'll show you our full-length skirts. Alright, let's talk about our full-length skirts. Our first skirt is our Gypsy Skirt, or our three-tiered skirt, so named because it has 3 tiers. Each tier is wider and more voluminous than the last because it is gathered and stitched onto the one above it. The bottom tier is at least 8 yards long, so it's good for dancing and spinning, but it's not a full circle skirt, so it's a little more easily to manage. Like I mentioned before, the Gypsy Skirt does come in a fancy style. So you can see here the 3 tiers and the decorative lace trim that's been sewn on. Like the overskirts, the Gypsy Skirt comes in a variety of fabrics. We also have it in the crystalline and chiffon. Next we have our petticoat. The petticoat is an all-lace skirt with 1 gathered tier at the bottom. Worn under layers, it can add some good volume and shape, or you can wear it on top and layer a cotton skirt underneath for a little splash of color. Our underskirt is a basic A-line full-length skirt, also out of the cotton gauze. It is a more simple skirt than the Gypsy 3-tier, so if you are looking for a more streamlined shape, like an Edwardian costume or just something that's a little less voluminous, this might be the skirt for you. While we're here, let's talk about some other accessories that we have for the bottom layer, and that is our bloomers. We have 2 styles of bloomer. The first style is our traditional standard style. It's a high-waisted bloomer with knee length and elastic at the cuff, a small ruffled cuff that would hit just below the knee. Very classic, very traditional, very comfortable. Our new style is our wide-legged bloomer. We've lowered the waist so that it's supposed to sit on your hips. And we've widened the leg and removed the elastic. So now, instead of a gathered elastic knee, it's a wide double ruffle layered, double ruffle knee that is comes in solid colors and as well as it comes in matching colors or with a little splash of color at the knee. While we're here, let's talk about our dresses as well. We have 2 styles of dress right now. The first style is our rainy dress, and it is a relatively new style. It has short bell sleeves, and it is a 3/4 length dress with a pointed hem. On me it hits mid-calf, but on Taller people, it probably would hit just around the knee. So this is a good option when you don't want to wear a shirt and an overskirt. You can get the rainy dress and it is all in one. The short sleeve is also a great choice for those hot days. Secondly, we have our Josephine dress. Like the Josephine blouse, it has an elastic neck with a slight slit and a ribbon in the front, and full-length sleeves with elastic cuffs and a slit on the arm. The Jo dress is a full-length dress. It's our only full-length chemise. It's one size fits all. It's very voluminous, very comfortable, a good choice. Again, if you don't want to wear an extra skirt, you can don the dress and save a layer. I think that's all for here. Let's move on to the bodices. Alright, with our bodices, they come in two styles and a variety of decorative levels, like the doublets. The two styles are the princess style and the courtier style. The princess style has 4 points of boning, so 8 pieces of boning, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, 2 on each side. They also adjust at the shoulder. The princess is designed to hit right on your natural waistline, creating a rather severe hourglass shape. Often women feel that this bodice as well can create more lift and cleavage. So if that is the style you're going for, the princess might be for you. The courtier style has 2 points of boning, so 4 pieces of boning, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. It should be noted that all of our boning is steel. It's an orthopedic steel that we get cut in pre-measured lengths. It comes coated in plastic and with rounded edges, so it's very high quality and it's not going to hurt your garments either with any sharp edges. Back to the courtier bodice. On the sides, instead of boning and lacing like the princess, it has a sewn seam and a curved side. It's designed to sit a little bit lower on your waist and start to flare out with the hips. On the top, it has 2 straps that adjust in the front and back rather than right at the very top of your shoulders. This style can be more comfortable for those who have to work in their bodice all day long. It's preferred by many of the participants in the fair. And also for those women with a longer torso. They sometimes prefer the courtier over the princess. But really at the end of the day, it's all personal preference, and we recommend that you come on down to one of our shops and let us put them both on you and see which one you like better. Both the princess and the courtier come in a variety of decorative styles, which we will talk about now. They start out like the doublets do, with the plain, and the plain is, again, 2 solid colored twills, one on the inside, one on the outside, because like the doublets, the bodices are also reversible. So whatever one you choose, you will have a nice solid plain color on the inside. Next comes the lace overlay, which you can see comes in a variety of lighter tones as well as darker tones. The lace overlay is a plain cotton interior, a cotton twill exterior, and then a layer of solid lace over top. Next comes the fancy. And in the case of the bodices, a fancy bodice is one that has decorative ribbon and lace trim sewn down the front. It matches the overskirts and the Gypsy 3-tier, so you can have a complete ensemble of fancy items with the bodice, overskirt, and a Gypsy 3-tier. All you need is a shirt to make this dress a complete outfit. After fancy, we have our tapestry bodices. Tapestry fabrics are heavyweight woven fabrics that come in a variety of colors and patterns. Often florals or geometric patterns are popular. Tapestries were very popular in the Renaissance because it was a new way of weaving. Lastly, we have the velvet bodice, which again is a real velvet. It comes in a variety of colors and it's a very rich royal feel for someone who's trying to create a nobility or a higher class character. For more information on our bodices, as well as instructions on how to lace them and put them on yourself and relace them in a variety of ways to create more control of sizing, check out our other videos online. Lastly, we're going to talk about a few other accessories for women that we have, including our Empress Vest and our new Artemis belts. Alright, these are our Empress Vests and our Artemis belts. The Empress Vest is so called because it is designed to tie simply just beneath the bust at the empire waistline. It's a really comfortable choice. It has no boning, so while it offers very little support, it can just create some nice shape. It pairs really nicely with the rainy dress or the Joe dress, so you have some shape and structure around the bosom, and then the gowns are just let to flow freely beneath them. They are also reversible, so you have a solid color on one side and the either plain or tapestry or velvet choice on the outside. They also make a really nice choice for pregnant women who want to dress up and to be a part of the spirit, but don't want anything restrictive around their waist at that time, like the bodices might be. And lastly, we have the Artemis belt, which we designed this year out of frequent demand for an underbust type item. And so the Artemis belt is our answer to that. It has boning in the front and the back, and it has a slightly curved side. And so it's designed to sit right at the waist and to give some shape and some dimension without being incredibly restrictive like a corset might be. They are also reversible, so you have, again, the fun color on the outside and the solid color on the inside. I think this concludes our tour of unicorn clothing and all of the products we have to offer. Check back soon for some videos on how to combine all of these great pieces into different outfits to get the look that you're trying to go for. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.